Okay, let's try that again.
Okay, in 5, 4. Hello everybody and welcome to Projectotron, the prediction site with a difference. Today we are going to be doing our first NFL Projectotron, and that means we're going to be taking a trip to San Francisco to focus on the Bears at the 49ers. Rory, how do you see this going?
This is going to be a tight one, and I think it's actually going to be a low-scoring game, despite the fact that both teams are overloaded on offense. I can see a lot of mistakes and a lot of nerves here, because in their first game against the Cowboys, the 49ers really didn't have much of a test. You know, they didn't need to get out of first gear, and they won that game. They won it fairly easily. And also, this is going to be their first game at their new stadium, so I can see a lot of nerves taking place on their side. And then you have to look at the Bears, and the Bears had a fairly embarrassing home defeat to the Bills, losing 23-20, and they're going to have a real chip on their shoulder. But I don't think they're good enough to overturn the 49ers. I can see a lot of errors coming here as well on their side. Matt Forte had a great game last week. Bennett had a great game last week, and of course they still have Brandon Marshall and Alshon Jeffrey who can, turn a game very, very quickly. They're amazing receivers, but with the pressure playing at that stadium, the new stadium, and the 49ers with their expectations to deliver, I can see this being quite messy. And I'm going to go for a low-scoring game here, but I do see the 49ers winning because they will want it a little bit more.
Okay. The over-under in this game is 48.5 total points. Mm-hmm. So you think it's going to be less than that?
I think it'll be under.
Okay. Mm-hmm. For all the reasons that you just said, I think it's going to be over. I think the Bears they really do have they've done nothing to fix their defensive woes from last year. We know that they're explosive on offense, and that Trestman really has them going all cylinders. But the problem is they still can't stop the run. Their secondary is still suspect. However, going for them in this game is that the 49ers secondary is also in absolute turmoil. They let all of their experienced cornerbacks go in free agency. They only brought in Antoine Bethea as their sole signing in the secondary. He's not much of an upgrade on Dante Whitner, who they let go at safety as well. They're also obviously going to be missing Navarro Bowman and Alvin Smith, and up front they're going to be missing Glenn Dorsey, who, you can say that their defense held up well last week against the Cowboys, but realistically all of their successful defensive plays came from DeMarco Murray fumble and then Tony Romo picks. There is nothing on which to really judge that secondary. So I think that the Bears, much more than a half beat up Cowboys offense, will be able to take advantage of the 49ers frailties. I still think that basically while the two offenses are both really able to move the ball and really able to score, the defense of the Bears is weaker than the 49ers. For that reason I still see the 49ers winning, but I see this being an absolute shootout. I think 48.5 total points is way too low. This is going to be 30-something to 30-something. Oh, okay. This is going to be absolutely high scoring. So I'm going also with the 49ers win, but I'm going over on the total points.
Well, let's hope you're right for the sake of entertainment. Also, one last thing. Jim Harbaugh allegedly lost the dressing room. Is that going to have any effect on this game whatsoever?
No, I don't think it has an effect this early in the season, because first of all they're 1-0. Mm-hmm. And second of all, I think that there are enough people there who still owe Harbaugh contracts that it's not going to be a problem. I think that the time that when coach loses the dressing room becomes an issue is when the team starts struggling. So if we see this 49ers team going kind of 4-3 or 4-4 coming up to the mid-season, then that will be when questions start to be raised about Harbaugh. But until then, I think there is enough talent and drive that the team will keep on his side, or at least won't vocalise their opposition until they start losing. But that said, if the Bears can overturn what I think will also be a close game, but if the Bears can overturn them in their first game at Levi Stadium, that could be the start and the end. Yeah.
Okay.
What about Projectotron?
Projectotron thinks this is going to be a ridiculously low scoring game. It's going to think that both defenses are going to be wrapping it up. It's the 1986 Bears defense versus the 49ers defense of 2 years ago. But Projectotron is also reckoning that it will be a 10-9 victory to the 49ers for the first game at the new stadium. All very exciting.
So Projectotron going with 49ers and going with the under.
And with a Frank Gore touchdown as well. No passing touchdowns in this game. 3 field goals and for Chicago, and a field goal for the 49ers, and a Frank Gore touchdown.
Impressive.
There you go.
Okay, so there you have it. All three of us are picking the 49ers to win their first game at home in the new Levi Stadium, and Rory and Projectotron are going for the under on the total points. I'm going for the over. I think it's going to be more high scoring than that. Don't forget to join us next week for more NFL Projectotron. We hope you've enjoyed this, and we look forward to bringing you more games throughout the rest of the season. Enjoy the football. That was okay.
That was crap.
We don't sound like total morons.